What's up, my FYI FLI folks out there? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. Welcome to the FYI FLI podcast. My name is Hassan Thomas, aka the kid that did and the man that can, baby. And today, we're going to be chopping up one of the top rising stars out of South Florida, a young man who doesn't rap about stealing or killing. Everybody give it up for Lil Kari. How are you, brother? How are you?
What's going on, man? Hey, your intro is better than mine, brother.
Hey man, I've been doing it for 4 years, man. So yeah, I need to be somewhere with it.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Yes, sir, bro. I'm happy to have you on here. I've been following you for a little minute, man. I think for everybody, it was just refreshing to hear a young person that looked like us, that's not rapping about stealing, that's not rapping about killing, that's not rapping about none of that stuff, but actually that's something that's moving us forward, motion, hustling the right way, get into a bag, getting your education. Not only you just, you're rapping about it, but you're actually doing it. When we got on the call, my man is studying for an exam. My man just graduated not too long ago. Man,
Yeah,
I gotta give you your flowers, brother. I gotta give your flowers.
thank you, man. I appreciate them, bro. I appreciate that for real.
Most definitely, brother.
Yeah,
Most definitely. But we won't get into the fluff too much, because what we like to do on FYI Fly, we like to skip the fluff and get right into the good stuff, bro.
okay.
How that sound?
Hey, y'all need to stop playing. This man got all the little acronyms down pat. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's get into it, bro. I want to get back into your journey for real, man. So, because I feel like with every entrepreneur, athlete, artist as yourself,
Mm,
there's a specific turning moment in our lives where we're like, okay, we can really do this. So
right.
take us back to that moment in high school, or it could have been earlier for you, but I'm just gonna say high school. Take
Mm,
us back to that defining moment where you knew you could make a music, where you knew you could make a career out of your music.
right. So we had something called the
Mm.
Real Man Group when I was in 5th grade. We had suit and ties, and we would all just be. I forgot what song it was like. We could tell everybody. Like we was performing for everybody, and then I did like a little freestyle at the end.
Dang.
I don't know
Yeah, I
what
know. I
song
know.
that was. I think it was John Legend.
It is John Legend.
It's
It
John Legend,
is John
man.
Legend.
So that was in about 5th grade, and then I even got to middle school, like early middle school, I believe, and I was also doing stuff at the Boys and Girls Club in Deerfield. So
Okay.
I'll be rapping in the group there. You know what I mean? So I always
Yeah.
had music in my life. And I would say the turning point, and I put music down, like not to actually take as a career, but it was just something that was therapeutic for me. And so I would say the turning point where I actually wanted to make it towards something I want to take serious would have
Mm.
to have been high school. And the reason being, one of my friends at the time, he went to the studio and he was rapping. And
Yeah.
he to come with him. It was like 4 or 5 of us, and he had a song. It was called Love and Hate or something like that. It was one of
Okay.
my earlier songs, like 5 years ago. It's probably still on SoundCloud somewhere. But
Uh-huh.
he was,
SoundCloud.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? SoundCloud was popping. Shout out to SoundCloud.
Yes, sir.
Because of that, I was like, all right, cool. Like we went to the studio with him, and I didn't even plan on getting on no music with him. But he was doing a song, and he had the hook in the verse, the first verse, but he didn't have a second one, and he didn't know what
Yeah.
to say or what to do. So he was just looked at everybody around, and he was like, Carl, why don't you get on this? And I was
Mm.
like, I don't really know about that, because I'm like, bro, I don't rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make music. And he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, but just try something. So after a little convincing, I was like, all right, cool. Let me just go ahead and just try to lay something down. Wrote
Yeah.
it literally in like 3 to 5 minutes. I think I freestyled that verse. And then
Mm. And then just
because
filled it
they,
in.
oh yeah, this hard. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
there, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I should pick up music. And after that, we put out the song, and I was like, let me go ahead and make my own song. And then it was the rest was history from there. You know what I mean?
Okay. I wanna follow the journey, bro. So after you did that, what came next? Was it investing in equipment? Was it investing into your sound? Was it
Mm-hmm.
like what was the initial, because I want to get this for the young folks who want to follow in that journey. What
Right.
was that next initial step right after that to get you launched into your journey?
Well, I would say the next step for me at that point was actually going to the studio and laying stuff down. So investing in myself.
Oh,
And at the time, I didn't realize I was really investing into myself until it was all said and done. When I got to a point where I understood, right? And
So
so
you got the ROI, that return on investment back.
there we go. ROI, real big, kids. You got to study that. So
Yes,
the
sir.
return on investment, exactly. And so with that, I was 16, and so
Mhm.
the first little steps that I was taking. Because at 16, I believe I was working at, I had like 12 jobs growing up. Like I
Yeah.
always used to work. But when I was 16, I believe I was at Sonic. I was at
Mm.
Sonic as a kitchen, like in the kitchen, basically cooking and stuff like that. And so
Yeah.
it was invested in myself, taking the money, little money I had from my paychecks and going to the studio.
Mm.
So at that time, I went to a $25 studio an hour and I would just record songs. It wasn't the best equipment, it wasn't the best stuff, but it was just enough for me to be able to make music. And so that's really what I would say where it all started for me, making music out of that studio equipment room that was $25 an hour, going there, recording with the engineer, and just putting out records. And then invested in myself. I did my first music video for a song I did called "Same People."
Okay.
That's the PG
Now
version.
I got questions just popping off the head, bro. What made you choose that specific song to do the music video? And when do you think is the best time to do your first music video?
I would say the best time to do music videos, at least nowadays, from a financial standpoint, is
Hmm.
doing them when the song is reacting, because the music video is telling the story of the record. That's what it's supposed to be. It's a music video
Gotcha.
based on the song, the experience, and what you're talking about. And so the
Hmm.
music video should reflect what you want us to see and understand visually when we listen to this record. And so that, I would say, the best time to do a music video is when the song is actually reacting, because now you're just pushing more leverage onto that record. Because,
Gotcha.
for example, a lot of times you're getting new eyes every time you do a new piece of content. Music
Hmm.
videos can be broken up 10 to 12 different ways. It's a 3-minute song, but you can have 10 to 15 different assets depending on how you break it up, right?
Yeah.
So if your song is 3 minutes, you can do 15-second clips over and over
Hmm.
and over of different parts of the music video.
YouTube Reel, TikTok, IG Reels,
Exactly.
YouTube Shorts. My fault. YouTube Shorts.
That as well, and repurpose that content. And so you're
Hmm.
getting a lot out of that music video. So the best way I would say for anyone to do music videos nowadays is to continue to promote the record itself, do short form content to it, and then release the music video a week or two later to add more pump to the volume that you're already getting.
Talk about value. You dropping it right now for
And I'm trying to give you game for free 99 right now. It's going.
real talk though. So, bro, throughout this your 5 year journey, well, really been a lifelong journey, but for the specific rap career, your artistry career, give us a major highlight, like one of your best moments. Then also give us a low light of a moment that you really had to push and persevere through.
Okay, so I would say a high moment for me would be the reactions I got to my record of You Is Not Having. And
Mm-hmm.
I've had plenty of songs and different pieces of content that have done millions of streams, millions of impressions, and millions of views on TikTok, Instagram, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that this record was so powerful and the way it bled through was a lot different than what I had experienced thus far. For a lot of me, and at that time, I didn't realize what it was going to do, but literally having that faith over the fear. And
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and did it, and then the song blew up in a week.
So it blew up in a week, and that was when did you drop it?
I dropped the song August 6th of last year.
August 6th of last year. It blew up, and then from that, the numbers started going crazy. You started realizing the impact. So
Mm-hmm.
from there, did you then start building a team around you as far as producers, videographers, managers, all those? Did you start building? Have you built a team? Or is that something that you believe young artists should do? What's your thoughts on putting people around you?
100%. I think it'd be very wise and smart to build a team, because by yourself, you can go far. But with the team,
Mm-hmm.
you can go farther. 100%, I would say build a team around you. Young artists
Mm-hmm.
is anybody that wants to do anything great or productive that's different in this world, you're going to need a team. You're going to need
Yeah.
people you can bounce ideas off of, people that can keep you in check, keep your ego in check, keep you mentally
Mm-hmm.
aligned with the goals. Because a lot of times you can veer off because it's just you. And you
Yeah.
have the people that are upholding those standards of what you need to do. It's going to just perfect
Mm-hmm.
your craft and everything's going to go further. So I would 100% advise people to build a team. But it's also
Uh,
about building the right team. You know what I mean? Because you can't just have anybody around you. If I
nah,
was with the same
you ain't
individual,
lying.
if I was with the same people I was at when I was 16, I probably wouldn't even be here. You know what I'm saying? Because as you
Mm-hmm.
grow, you're gonna have to change. the people around you. And if they're not growing with you, then they're becoming a liability. We know about
Yeah.
liabilities. We're talking about finances.
Come
So
on, man.
you gotta be able to assess if this person is an asset or a liability to the goal at hand. And it's okay to let go of people in those spaces. Some
Yeah.
people you're not able to work with on a business standpoint, but they might be good people. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Personally. And that's okay. And as you continue to grow yourself in your business and your career and who you are physically, mentally, spiritually, you're
Yeah.
gonna start to understand who should and who shouldn't be here. Some people are good for a season. You either got
Mm.
seasons, reasons, or lifetime partners. And
Come on, man.
a lot of people are not lifetime
Talk
partners.
that
That's okay.
stuff.
You know what I mean? So you got to be
Yeah.
able to just assess the people that you have around you, that they have first before you do business. Assess their character as an individual.
Hmm.
I don't have nobody around me that's not good people at first. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because who you are physically, who you are personally, is gonna be the same person you are in a business. If I can't
It's
trust
gonna leak over business.
I'm not dealing with it. You know what I mean? You can't do it. So definitely, I would say, man, a team is great. Just make sure you got the right team, and make sure
Gotcha.
you got discernment to know who and who shouldn't be in your corner.
And you know what I've realized, bro, since I've been on my journey? I never had to cut nobody off. You know why?
That's fine.
But you know why though? It's because I was changing and I was progressing. So the people that followed my path and followed my way, we would rise together.
Mm,
And if they didn't, they would stay in that same space and we just wouldn't, be in contact anymore. So I
yeah.
never had to physically, text somebody or block somebody, or it just from the activities that I was on, the grind that I was on, the progression that I was on, I'm rising. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want to come with me, let's ride. But if not, you know what I mean? It's up to you. So I never really had to cut nobody off because it was just happened naturally from the things that we were doing. So I think that's something else that people, because a lot of people talk about that. Oh, you got to cut this person off. You got to cut this person off. You got to cut. But like, you don't want to burn bridges that you don't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to burn them bridges, but I definitely agree though. It's definitely some people that I don't talk to as much, but just saying that certain point of we didn't well, I didn't fall out. I don't have no problem with them. They may have a problem with me,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I ain't got no problem with them.
yeah. You can't control that. You know, if they got a problem with you, hey, it is what it is. And that's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
never have to necessarily cut some. Well, let me not say that. I wouldn't say cut people off, but we understand where we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah,
just. But it's all mutually. Like we're all still good people, and we all still are cool. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because we understand where to place each other. You know what I'm saying? Certain things are hard conversations. Like I've had managers I've had to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
it doesn't serve me anymore. It's not serving me or you. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's technically cutting off. But no, it's just like it's just not making sense anymore. You know what I'm saying? And
got
that's okay. So I've had to have those hard conversations. And at an
you.
early
Makes
age,
sense.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta remember I'm 18 when I got
Hmm.
first signed. I got signed on my birthday, May 7th. They came to my birthday party and presented me with $25,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that
May
was
7th, so you a Taurus?
yeah.
That's why we locked in, bro. That explains.
When's your birthday, bro?
April 28th, man.
So you a Taurus too, I think, right?
Yes, sir. That's why I said it. It explains it right there.
Yeah, bro. So it's like, man, like, and just like think about it, you a kid. Like I negotiated my first contract. I got the best
Hmm.
deal on the record label at 18 years old. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
these are things that are just beyond. Like I graduated from high school with my AA degree. I graduated from high school. I graduated college before high school. So just being able to have the knowledge, bro, and being able to be grateful because I could have put myself in worse situations, bad situations
Hmm.
that I wouldn't have been able to rise from. Because a lot of people
Yeah.
make decisions off of money that they don't have in that moment. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You make big, drastic decisions because you don't physically have it right now. Faith is
Yeah.
what being able to get what you cannot see. You have to have
Come on.
faith in all situations. And a lot of people, they allow their fear to creep in and they make impulsive decisions that leave
Hmm.
them dumbfounded at the end of the day.
And that knowledge is power, bro. That knowledge is power. You have to know like when they say you got to know the rules before you break them. Like you have to have the initial knowledge, and that's why I'm so big into this financial education space, because I'm like, bro, like I said earlier, everything we do revolves around money. Now, it's not going to be the top reason every time,
Mhm.
but I promise you it's in the mix. Because
Yeah,
we couldn't be on this call if we didn't have phones, if we didn't have Wi-Fi, if you ain't had a vehicle that you were sitting in right now, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't be on the call without those things.
right.
So having the knowledge of how to use money, having the knowledge of business, having the knowledge of health and wealth, you know what I mean? Like these are the things that we need to become knowledgeable about. And I feel like through school, like learning, like we got a bad reputation, we got a bad connotation of the word learning and studying. But when
Hmm.
you can actually learn about money, you can actually learn about business, when you learn about how to become a better artist, like when you're learning something that you actually like, it's a whole different atmosphere because now once you put in enough hours, now you're an expert. And
Right.
now once you're an expert, now you can go and command expert dollars and expert revenue because you've put in that initial work. You feel me?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we on the same wave, bro. And even talking about, one of your most famous songs, "You Not Having," like talk about, what does motion mean to you?
So motion means to me, I break it up whenever I'm talking about the word motion because he created a whole movement. And
Mm-hmm.
motion to me means mentally overcoming the influence of negativity. And so,
Tough,
yeah, so with that,
tough.
it's mentally overcoming the influence of negativity. That's any environment you may be in. You don't have to be from an impoverished neighborhood to be overcome something mentally. Mental
Mm-hmm.
health is real big now in our day and ages, and
100%.
so negativity can come from anywhere, any background. If you are
Mm-hmm.
in an impoverished neighborhood, it could be the things around you, right? So mentally overcoming everyday activities that you might not want to get involved in. You got people
Mm-hmm.
around the corner that might want to serve you. You know what I'm saying? You got people around the corner that are trying to get you to do things that might not even be aligned with your purpose and what you want to do. But a lot
For
of us
sure.
get influenced by the people around us, especially at a young age, to make decisions
Mm-hmm.
that are detrimental to our future. Especially and those people need to understand that those decisions have consequences. You know what I'm saying? Those decisions can make or break you, especially as a black male,
Yeah.
especially as a person of color. Those decisions can make
Mm-hmm.
it harder for you than it already is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Just
so
from your choices.
exactly. So you got to be able to understand and weigh your options very clearly. And that's
Uh-huh.
why it's mentally overcoming the influence of negativity. I was able to do it. I was able to overcome the things. And but like one thing my daddy always told me when I was younger, one thing I'd say, but different between me and the person that in jail, I just didn't get caught. Literally, by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? I'm being,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 16,
Uh-huh.
18, not it, but 16, 17, 15.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? And it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a big
Yeah.
purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize it then, but I realize it now. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
being able to pour back into the kids that are going through those same situations and going
Mm-hmm.
through the situations where it's like they don't have anyone that they can talk to or connect with because everyone around them has already been influenced by the negativity. If you see a bunch of
Exactly.
different people going on the same path, gradually, a lot of times you're either gonna rise above it or you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
fall victim to it. And a lot of
Yep.
people are afraid to do things because they've seen how it had a direct effect of the household that they're in. So, for example, a lot of you watch Scared Straight, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got kids that don't want to go to jail just from seeing them kids and how they was treated in jail. You
Mm-hmm.
got you got children that will never try drugs in their life because they seen how it affected the person that they love right next their mom
Yeah.
or brother or sister, and they seen how it can. So those
Mm-hmm.
different
That
things,
exposure.
right? And it's either you rise above it or you go against the grain and you do something different. And so right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm in the midst of always being able to teach kids, no matter what you're going through, you can rise above it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's basically what the motion movement is about. It's about not doing anything that's not aligned with your purpose, not going out and
Mm-hmm.
selling drugs because you see it on TV, not being influenced by these rappers and these people that's being able to tell you to do something that they
Come
potentially
on.
is not even doing. And if they doing it, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to
Yeah.
be honest. You got to be honest with yourself. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to help you. You know what I'm saying? So That's what the whole motion movement is about. That's what it encompasses, and we're continuing to just build upon that and be able to continue to grow and help out everybody that we can through our music and through our words, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's much needed, bro. It is much needed because when you talk about the environment, when you talk about the influence, that stuff is real. And I thought about it. I was at a park in Broward teaching some students, and they were bragging about scamming, bro. They were bragging about scamming. I mean, they probably 11, 12, 13, crazy young, bragging about scamming. And they were bragging about it how my cousin, how we used to brag about football. How we used to
Mm,
brag about, being the best football player. I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I can do this, I can do this.
right.
They're bragging like that off scamming. But then I thought about it. My dad played football. My uncle played football. My cousin's pops played football. Those were our influences. That's the environment we saw. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking they're probably seeing they uncle, they dad, they cousin, they big homie scamming, doing all these different things. So that's why they're saying it's cool. That's why they're bragging about it. So that environment piece is huge, bro. So I just got one more question for you, bro. We can't have you on FYI Fly not ask y'all famous final question. I'm gonna say two quotes for you, and I need you to let me know which one is more accurate in your opinion. All right?
Okay.
I bet. So the first one is more money, more problems. Shout out Biggie.
Okay. Shout
And the second one is money can't buy happiness. Which one do you agree with most?
out. I would say both.
Come on, man. It's either or, bro. It's a coin toss. It's a coin
I'm
toss.
gonna tell you why though. See, a guess ain't
All right, bet.
guess ain't never tell you both before, so I'm gonna tell you why I said both.
All right, talk to me.
More money, more problems. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. First off,
hmm
when it comes to financial increase or more money, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we ask God or whoever, or whenever we get more money, we don't realize that the problems are gonna instantly come with it. You
hmm
can't have more of something and not expect more of everything else, right? So when you're at a standstill or when you're poor, you might not have people coming to you asking you for money because you're not at that state yet. But as you continue to
Yeah.
elevate, best believe there's going to be more problems, more issues, more stress, more people that feel entitled. That's when the worst
hmm
comes out. Especially, we all know the famous thing. If you a friend, a lot of times we tell, don't ask your friends to borrow money. And I forgot the second one, but that's the one that stuck with me. Don't ever ask your people to, yes, because that's going to cause problems, right? So,
hmm
100% more money and more problems is a prevalent statement because the truth, because you can't ask for something and not expect everything else to come with it. It doesn't work like
To
that.
increase as well. Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to be an
Now that's
increase
deep.
in everything across the board.
hmm
And I would say money can't buy happiness because once you get that increase, you realize how much money can take away a lot of problems. We know that. A lot of
mm
issues. But the thing about it is, it will never be able to bring you peace and happiness. And the reason being because those things don't come from something that's tangible that we can give a
mm
transaction to. That comes from within. The internal
Yeah.
peace, the happiness, that comes from the things that aren't tangible. Watching your family grow, having
Yeah.
good
That
community,
internal joy.
that in,
You know what I heard, bro? Somebody said happiness depends on what happens. That joy is internal. When they said that, I was like, ooh, that's a gem right there. I ain't never forgot that. They said happiness is based on what happens.
bro, the
I
thing
was
about
like,
it is,
man.
bro, and to add to that statement, you can never be fulfilled with external things. It always is internal. And a lot of people, especially in our community, try to cope with their issues with external material things. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, that's the problem. It's all internal. You have to be happy within yourself before you're happy with anything
Mm-hmm.
else. And a lot of people, especially black males in these impoverished neighborhoods that I'm from, they have an unhealthy attachment with money. The same thing you were telling me with the scamming kids. They're happy
Yeah.
because they made money, not because they're scamming, because they got the bread. That's what people
Got you.
thinks the happiness comes from, making more money, getting more of this, getting more
Mm-hmm.
of this, getting more of this. But a lot of times, bro, you need to have less than to be able to feel that
Mm-hmm.
internal peace and happiness that you want. So they're both prevalent
Yeah.
statements.
Nah, the way you broke it down, I can't disagree, brother.
Hey man. And we're
I
gonna end
can't
it right
disagree.
there. We're gonna end it just like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, man. Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for joining the FYI FLI podcast, brother. You dropped a lot of great gems here today. Thank you so much for joining the show, bro. If you have any final words, any final takeaways from my fly folks, go ahead and also let them know where they can reach you.
First and foremost, man, I just want to say I'm appreciative of this young brother right here, man, continuing to just pour out information and growth into our people, man. That's fire. You know what I mean? I'm 100% with it at all times. Financial literacy is something that we
Yes, sir.
definitely need and it's prevalent. So I want to thank you first for having me, brother. I want to continue to just pour into my people, pour into my music. And if y'all like the little bit of knowledge that I was able to share with you guys through this platform, through this amazing guy, FYI, the fly. You know what I'm saying? Come over here to Lil Kari _36. That's my Instagram. My TikTok is the same. And my music as well, Lil Kari, is a lot more gems in there, a lot of things that you can take away, and a lot of things that help you on your financial and personal, personal growth story. So yeah, that's something that y'all want to look into. Definitely follow me on all platforms, Lil Kari _36 on Instagram and TikTok, and then my social, and then my YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all of that is just Lil Kari, LIL space KARI.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we'll link all of that in the show notes, man. Want to thank you again. And like I said, for all our listeners, y'all already know what time it is. I'm going to need y'all to stay safe, stay invested, and stay FYI fly. We'll see y'all next week.